Hey Peter, really great to meet up with you on Tuesday night and start some work on your game. Main points from the session when you walked in, obviously you're worried about the fade with your driver. Obviously we've seen the images, we've used some of the data from the flight scope as well. And the main issue that we're seeing is, obviously as you're coming into impact, we discussed about how the club is working obviously too far left at impact. Obviously with a slightly open club face giving you that little bit of a fade. Now there's a couple of reasons for this. So what we've done is we've started from the beginning, we've made little tiny changes to your setup, and then we've started rebuilding the start of your backswing more than anything else. So if we just look top left, start of the session, just little tiny points here. Number one being your eye line. Seems quite insignificant, but when you look at how it affects the rest of your golf swing, it's actually a little more important than people give it credit for. If you look at Hunter Mahan in the next one here, you can see looking pretty much straight down at the ground. Tilting your neck forwards, tilting your chin forward, it makes it a lot easier for your shoulders to work in a circle, which we'll get onto in a bit. Obviously, if we know if your shoulders are working in a circle, that helps to get the club working on an inward path at the start. It also allows you to stay in one position, so you're basically turning around a fixed point, which then should help to improve your consistency. Now, what I'm going to do here, just get rid of that. And what we're going to do is, obviously we talked about working your left shoulder down towards the floor and what effect that had on the rest of your swing. Now if I just start this one back and take it up to the top. Right, now if we just take this right to the top, there we go. Main points I can see here, obviously your shoulders are turning on quite a flat plane here, so you can see how you're not turning on a 90-degree angle around your spine angle. So you've actually, your left shoulder's turned round rather than down. So again, if you now look at, so you get your shoulder level here, and then your arm level here. So you can see how they're working on two different planes. This basically means here that to try and get some height to your backswing, basically, you've actually had to lift your arms off your body. And as soon as you start doing that, you're asking for trouble. As soon as your arms are away from your body, they're going to come out in front of you. As you can see here, it comes straight back down on that line. You can see, you get halfway down, you can see which direction the club's pointing. And you're always likely to be working the club left. Just take that back to there. Just look at Hunter in the middle here. Obviously you can see the change in eye line. You can see as we get to the top of his backswing here, you can see he's turned around that fixed point. He's maintained his spine inclination to the floor. And you can see 90-degree angle to his spine angle. Very, very little change there, so he's not having to lift his arms off his body to get that height to his backswing. So, as I was saying, from this point here, we're working the left shoulder down and the hands on more of an inward path. If we get to the top of your backswing here, yes, there are, obviously, it's not really the finished product, but you can see there, shoulder plane and arm plane, almost identical, turning on a 90-degree angle to your spine. So it's really, really good. If we look at from a caddy view, your face-on view, and I didn't want to, without sounding offensive, I don't want to be seeing your face. Daft as it sounds, but you can tell there the chin's up. And as soon as the chin's up, it makes it very, very difficult for you to turn your left shoulder down, because if you do, you find it very, very difficult to actually see the ball. So it encourages the left shoulder to work this way, which you can see here. If we just start this one back, speed this up a little bit, you can see there, left shoulder's working around your body rather than down. And one other thing that we noticed as well, as soon as you started working your left shoulder down, if we just get straight line here, down from sort of like your right heel, and then work this back again, you can see as soon as the left shoulder starts working round, the weight moves over to the right hand side. Now we discussed the effects that had on the consistency of your striking. We've got Louis Oosthuizen here in the middle. Now what we're going to see here from Louis, if we just point the left shoulder here, we're going to see it move in this sort of direction here. It's working down. If we just get to the top of his backswing, no movement off the ball, the left shoulder's worked down, turning around that fixed point, which, like I say, is going to improve his consistency of his striking, amongst other things. And if you actually see here, if we just, obviously you can see here, much better, looking down at the ball rather than down your nose. Just put that in there. If we start this down, you can see left shoulder working down much more. Just mark the start point there. Move it down. Little drop of the head, just obviously if we're working this in. And one thing I know you weren't too sure about was the amount of actual turn you were getting. We talked about how moving off the ball doesn't really help generate any power, because if you actually have a look at how far the left hand's actually travelled here, you can actually see that the left hand's actually travelled further back. Oh, sorry. The left arm and the left hand has travelled further back, meaning that it's then got further to go coming back into the ball. The further it has to go, the faster it'll be going when it gets there. So you'll actually be generating more power by not moving away from the ball. All in all, really, really good changes here. So just to recap, looking down your nose, not looking down your nose, so getting the chin down, getting the neck tilted forward, so you're looking straight through the middle of your eyes at the ball at setup, and then working that left shoulder down and around your body, so moving more left shoulder down, get the hands moving in, and then the next point from there obviously is starting to get the hands moving more in on the way down. We'll save that for another session. Really well done, pal. Any questions, give us a shout. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.